Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be looking at Huda Beauty's Haze palette in Sand. So kind of looking at it, I think it definitely gives you kind of the new nudes vibes from it. Ooh, if we can kind of cooperate palettes. Bam. Or, I just whipped my finger in it. Or light nude, right? Kind of a little bit similar. But none of the colors really are exactly the same. Maybe like that transition one. But I'm okay if the transition color is kind of similar in palettes. So I am going to kind of put some concealer down. One that I have been loving is L'Oreal's True Match Eye Cream in a concealer, and it has 0.5 pure hyaluronic acid, and I do find it nice and moisturizing. So I did get to try this with my Top Box Circle, but that was back like in the summer that mission was. And I definitely really like this one. This one's in a fair, so it worked really well. But it's maybe like a little bit on the darker side, so that when I was tanned, it worked nicely. I'm not having such a contrast like my Shape Tape, because those were in like white, basically. So I just think it like just feels nice, and like I really like this one because I don't feel like it's dry by the end of my day, and almost like is like a moisturizer. It really is like an eye cream with some concealer in it. So just going to set it with an Art Deco setting powder. Just because I haven't been sleeping well, so I just want everything like a nice fresh palette, because I just feel like a little bit dark and all that. So I am going to go in with a fluffy brush and go into that kind of middle shade. And just kind of focus on my outer corner and then bring it in. So I do think it's important when you're like seeing people do eyeshadow looks, look at their eye type, because not necessarily everything's going to work depending on your eye type. Like I see some things and I was like, I don't have like a lot of space here, so I can't do some things that others can, just because it would get a little mudded. And then I think I would like to work from home. So I can do kind of crazy looks, but I'm going into the office, so I want to make sure that it's not too out there. Like I love people's colorful looks. Well, it's not something you can necessarily get away with. Going in with a more tightly packed brush, I am going to go into this corner shade. And I just find like there's maybe a little hiccup with it. So you don't really need to swirl your brush. You can just kind of dip it in. But I do think Huda Beauty does have a nice mattes formula. They're nice, like, buildable colors. So here I'm keeping it on my outer corner and just bringing it in, keeping it along that crease, but going in with a smaller brush. So I'm not completely covering up the pink and not going as far into the center. With an eyeshadow brush, I'm gonna kind of go into these two colors. So first I'm gonna start with this pink with a little bit of gold in it. And just kind of apply that inner and then more so I did this with the tip of the brush, going in, and now with the front facing part of the brush, I'm going to go into that kind of bronzy shade. Excuse me. You can't sneeze in the apocalypse. I apologize. And just kind of continue on that color for the rest of my lid. I can just kind of have those two melt. And because it's a nice fluffy brush, I can still kind of go to the end and dip it in down and kind of blend those two colors. I didn't kind of tap off, but I do notice like a whole lot of fallout. So let's hope it just wipes away. So I'm just going in with a powdery brush, or like a powder brush. It doesn't even have to have powder on it. Gently wipe away. You don't want to kind of like meh and go, just like soft dust away. So because they are glittery, you're gonna have some of that glitter on your face. So I'm just going back in with that pink shade and kind of blending with the other matte. So just lightly touching the color and blend. But like, I'm not the biggest fan of their shimmer shades. I think you do kind of have to use your finger a little bit more. I just find it really like kind of fading off. So I'm just going to kind of go into this deeper color. Just pack a little on the outer corner. just because I feel like my eyes are small, so I just want to kind of extend up and out. And then the mascara I've been really liking right now is Tarte's Big Ego. Just because I feel like it's nice to give length and it's not too clumpy of the lashes. And then just because it's daytime, I didn't really put anything kind of on my lower lash line. I'm just kind of keeping it a little bit more simple and that. So, like, I was happy none of them seemed like the sheer ones. I'll have to see how it goes because unlike the khaki one where it has this kind of pink overlay, almost kind of shade, where it's not going to give you kind of that full pigmentation. I just don't know. So I'm still kind of like, how many different looks can you kind of get with it? Because that pink and bronzy, really, because it has like really start to blend into each other as a shade, which might not be a bad thing. So I'm still kind of like, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I think it performed okay. The fallout was easy to wipe away, so I will see how it lasts throughout my day. Hi everyone. So probably like 12 hours later, closer to like 14, this is how it is. So just kind of reapplying a little, like, not bad, like it held up pretty well, better than myself. So just kind of looking at those colors, you do have kind of like this brassy, bronzy shade, kind of a shimmery pink, and then like a maroon, a pink with gold in it, matte rose color, a matte like nudie peach, another like more peachy orange matte, kind of like your burgundy, where I feel like you build it up, it will get a little bit darker, and then kind of a brick, but a little bit more on the pinky side than red side color. So kind of nice colors in there. Again, like looking at the nudes, this is definitely more on your browns than your light nude one. So it is a nice palette. I do kind of find their shimmery shades not as good as like their mattes, but they're not like horrible bad, just like their mattes are just beautiful. And like I wish like their shimmer shades were a little bit more pigmented and creamy. I do kind of find that that bronze shade is getting that little like overlay in it. So I wish it wasn't so much you have to pack on that color versus just kind of having that punch in one go. So overall, I like it. I don't know. I like Huda Beauty. They will probably go on sale. So if you're not like, I need these colors now, wait until it goes on sale. because I feel like that's going to happen. That's why I'm kind of holding out on the purple one. But overall, I'm happy. I think like it wore well, so you can never be mad at an eyeshadow for that. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day. Bye.